All right, hey guys, Jason here. We're up here at JC Lewis Ford again. I'm up here a lot. This is my local dealership. But today, recalls. Recalls. Do they matter anything at all? Do the number of recalls matter? That's what we want to talk about today. So, we're at Ford. Okay, we're at JC Lewis. Like I said, great Ford dealership here in Statesboro. But we're at a Ford dealer lot. Okay, think about that. Ford, for the last 3 years, has led, well, actually up until 2024, but for the 3 years before that, has led the industry in recalls. Okay, now beaten this year by Stellantis. Stellantis has more than anybody else does. So, and just barely, because now Ford just hit a big one. It just came out this year. Right now, too, we see GM's got tons of them going on. Everybody's got them. Toyota's got the motor recall. They had the transmission issues. They got the Grand Highlander that was on a no-sale thing. Everybody has recalls and issues. We know that. But how concerned should this recall thing should you be about the numbers? Because we see a lot. GM just recalled 800 or 900,000 trucks. Ford just recalled 227,000. Honda just recalled 300,000 vehicles. That number, the 300 to 900 to 270,000, what do you think that means? Does it make it worse if the number's higher? Does it matter if it's 100,000, 30,000, or 350,000? Does it make any difference? Does it make the recall any worse? It's funny sometimes when you see some of the stuff on YouTube. Matter of fact, when I'm done with this video, I'm making another video to set the record straight, because I don't know where everybody gets off with this doom and gloom stuff and the world is over and the market's crashed and it's all gone, but I don't buy into it. I will never be that guy. My job is to help you, to educate you, to inform you, and to keep you up to date on some stuff. I will never fit into that category of let them all rot, let them die, let them crash. Nobody needs them, let them all go bankrupt. I will never be that. Never, ever. And if you're looking for that on this channel, you are in the wrong place. Leave now. There's nothing here for you. But you see that stuff all over the internet. Hey, GM has done 800,000 vehicles recalled. The number of the recalled, can't go over here. They always play music through the stupid speakers. And when they do that, you can't do it, or YouTube will demonetize you if they hear the audio and hear the sounds. Look at that amazing tremor. We'll get to the point here in 1 second for you. They still got both of these up here. Man, oh man. 60, whatever they were, 63 grand, 7.3s, front tours and axles in them, $63,000. We looked at them just the other day. Incredible trucks. All right, anyway, sorry. What does the number mean? The number just means that's how many vehicles they made with that part. That's all it is. That's the whole thing. Okay? They recall, oh my God, they recalled all the Bronco Sports and the Escapes. I think there's still some Escapes. Or is that an Escape? I don't even know what Escape looks like anymore. It's been so long since I've been in a car. There's an Escape. Yep, that's an Escape right there. Okay, but they recalled all the Escapes, all the Bronco Sports, every single one of them. This is bad. No, it just means that the part that is being recalled was used in all of them. Okay, they recalled 800,000 Chevys for a transmission issue because all 800,000 of them that they sold and put out there had that transmission. Okay, it's what it is. Ford recalled this in their power steering pump on 1 million vehicles. Well, because they made 1 million of them with it in it. It doesn't mean that it's bad. That number is irrelevant. That is not our problem. That number is Ford's problem, Chevy's problem, Honda's problem. That's their problem, because that's how many numbers of vehicles they put out there with those on there. You should almost take it as a compliment. When they say General Motors has got to take, or they got 800,000 trucks that got to be recalled, then that means they sold 800,000 trucs or got them on dealer lots. More power to them. Good for GM. Well done. Get them out there. Get it done. So the number of recalls is the number of the vehicles being recalled in a recall doesn't mean anything to us. Makes no difference, okay? It just means that that's how many vehicles were made with that particular part that has to be recalled. So don't let this internet stuff fool you. Don't let it scare you away. And there's a lot of great people out there that give you good information on the recalls. I'm not knocking that. And it is a good title, and it catches your attention when there's big numbers in there, and we understand that. Okay, you look at like the Car Guy Online. Love his channel. When there's a recall or something going on, he will break it down, give you the details, give you everything on there. He does a fantastic job with that. Okay, and he's not clickbaity and, the world is crashing and everything's going wrong. He's not that guy. We like that. But there's a lot of them out there that are trying to use that scare tactic to get the views, to get the stuff like that. I get it. I understand it. I totally understand it. For you, the consumer, recall numbers are 100% irrelevant. The only thing that matters is if your vehicle has a recall, that it gets handled quickly and that the parts are available. That's the only thing you're concerned with. The rest of it, it doesn't make any difference. It has no relevance or bearing to you. Do not be scared by it, and do not be scared by 300,000, 1,000. You look at what was the Chevy one? It was just 800,000 of them. Okay, 800,000 Chevys, but they recalled 800,000 of them. Whole world lit up. How many, do you know how many there was at the time they put that recall out there? How many affected vehicles there were? Out of those 800,000, how many were affected according to NHTSA? 35. 35 vehicles were affected, yet they had to recall 800,000 because 800,000 had that part in there. So it was an 800,000 vehicle recall, but only 35 affected. So don't let this stuff sway you. Don't let it overpower you. Yes, it's starting to rain. It's hitting me in the face here. We're supposed to get a thunderstorm here any minute, but it is definitely raining on me. But don't be overwhelmed by recall numbers. Recall numbers are completely irrelevant to us. The only thing that matters to you is your particular vehicle, what's got to be done to it, and how quick they're going to get it taken care of on there. And it takes them a while to do this stuff. Heck, I believe that my Rubicon right here, which yes is still muddy, I have not had a chance to wash it or do anything. I've been remodeling a bathroom, but there is a plug on the power steering unit that could catch on fire. Okay, that was back in September, October, we were told about that. I've never received a letter. Maybe mine's not part of the recall. Might not be, because I've never got anything on it. But it definitely can take some time for these manufacturers to get that stuff out, get things taken care of. You have to understand that. Now, the number that is scary, because there's probably maybe half of you guys still left watching this. How far in are we? Let me see. Yeah, there's probably like half of you. Most have already checked out already by now, and they're moving on to something else because they're bored. If you're sticking around, now I'm going to tell you what recall number does matter. And that is the amount of recalls that a manufacturer has per year. Okay, that is the number that matters. Why does it matter? Because that's the one that's telling you is giving you a glimpse, a snapshot of the quality control of both the manufacturer and also the suppliers that the manufacturer is using. When you have a vehicle, for example, say it's Maverick or whatever it is, or the Bronco, but when you get a vehicle that's got, 5 recalls here, you got Expeditions that got 4 recalls. You got an F-150 that's got 5 recalls, an Explorer that's got 3 recalls on it this year. When you're getting a Ranger with 2, when you start seeing things like that, that tells you that they're struggling with the quality control issues, because this stuff should have never made it out, should have never became a recall. Now, also, what matters is if the recalls are, if the manufacturer has, like, so let's say they got 30 recalls for the year. Out of those 30 recalls, how many of them are tech or not tech? Because tech recalls, I don't care about. I don't care one bit about a tech recall where they have to program or have to do software changes. Okay, means absolutely nothing to me. It's the easiest thing there is. Most time they can do it right over the air. You bring it in and they reflash something on a computer and you're done. It is not a quality issue, it's a tech issue, and tech sucks anyway, so it's no big deal. They don't scare me. Software recalls do not scare me. What does scare me is when we have recalls for transmissions, recalls for motors, recalls for water pumps, recalls for, and I'm not saying here, I'm saying across the board, recalls for ball joints breaking out, things like that. When we have recalls for physical real parts that are going to stop your vehicle from moving and they are on back order, that's when we have an issue. When you have recalls on a bunch of vehicles from a manufacturer on all sorts of different hard parts, that's a quality control issue. Tech stuff doesn't worry me. So take all the recall stuff with a very big grain of salt, maybe even a shot of tequila if you need to, whatever the case is. But yes, there's recalls out there that matter. The majority of them today do not. And for everything there is, forget the number of vehicles included in a recall, because the only thing that number means is how many have been sold. Look at all the F-150s here. Okay, it's 4 rows of F-150s. Okay, they pump these things out like crazy. Same with the Broncos. Look at them all. Brrr, double stacked all the way around the corner. Broncos, Escapes, everything you can think of. They make a lot of vehicles. Then when they're pumping out vehicles, if it's got to be recalled, they got to fix it. And it's just a number of the vehicles that are out there that need to be recalled and repaired. So don't let that stuff sweat you. Any questions, comments you got, put them down below. Excited to hear them. Thanks for watching.